Hello everyone, welcome back. This is another live of my YouTube channel. My name is Vick Hason for those who don't know me, and welcome to Vick Hason Talks. We normally talk about relationship, life on early 20 years of age, and topics that are interesting to people who are on their early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, and sometimes for those who are on their late 30s. And also, we will be happy if for those who are on their early 30s, if they may share also their view on topics that we normally talk about here, because I know they have experienced much compared to us who are on our early 20s. So today is yet another episode whereby we have another interesting topic about how you're going to confess your love to your crush. So best ways to tell your crush that you like them. I know sometimes it is awkward, sometimes it is weird, sometimes you don't know how to approach that moment. You don't know how to go through, that situation whereby sometimes you may be nervous thinking that, yeah, you may be embarrassed, and most people don't like to be embarrassed. So here are the 10 best ways, 10 expert ways on how to confess your feelings to your crush, telling your crush that you love them. Again, if you have missed some of our lives, some of the videos that we normally do on this YouTube channel, just visit my YouTube channel, Vick Hason Talks, and then watch the entire videos. We have so many videos about life in the university, how life is on early 20s. Then we are doing live about relationships, romantic relationships. And they are amazing. The videos are amazing. You'll be amazed. You'll feel good because you will get some knowledge. You'll be pumped with the knowledge that you may need to navigate your romantic kind of relationship, and also how to navigate life after university, or maybe how to navigate life in the university. So I hope you enjoy even today's live, because it's going to be amazing. So again, if you're watching this live, maybe it is not live, maybe you're watching it later. So I'm going to upload this video. So maybe you missed the live, so you're watching it right now. Again, feel free to share your opinions, because the reason why we normally have live videos is for me to have chat with other people, for me to get the views, the opinions of other people to the topic that we normally talk about on this YouTube channel. Because most of the points, most of the topics about romantic relationships, they are most of them, they are subjective. They are according to the way I view them, my opinions, the way I've the way I've collected my research and forming the points. So they may be subjective according to me, but they are more generic because they apply to most people. But feel free to contradict with me, feel free to agree with me, feel free to share your other version of the same point, feel free to add another point on today's topic, and I'll be happy to engage with you. I'll be happy to have a chat with you, and it will be amazing. It will be so amazing. Again, if you want to see more of our content that we normally do, you can visit my other YouTube channels, where we have Pop Show KE, where we normally upload entertainment shows, podcasting, anything that is newsworthy, news, we do that on Pop Show KE. And then on Vick Hason, because I come from a film production background, you can also check out our short films, our skits, our comedy there on Vick Hason channel. Make sure you subscribe to all of them, because you don't want to miss the next time we are going live on this YouTube channel, or maybe when we're uploading a video, because we want to create a meaningful community with all of you guys. That is quite an intro. So I think we can just kick off, because again, I don't like to make people who are going to watch the live later to have those long waiting moments, because I normally upload the videos again after we have gone live. I normally upload the video, so for those who missed the live, they can check the uploaded video. So again, don't mind the noises that may be coming around. We have a kennel just outside my window here, and there are puppies, there are dogs there. So you might be hear the barking of the dogs, but there are some people who are checking them out. So don't worry, they will not be disrupting our live. So my chats are open. Feel free to share your chat. Feel free to say hi for those that are still joining, you know, and I will appreciate your input on today's live, and everything is going to be amazing. Everything is going to be awesome, you know. So at least by now I've know how to navigate this YouTube interface. So I'll be interacting with it so much because I want to put a Q&A up here. So for those that are going to join, they may not miss what we are talking, or maybe, you know, they may, even if they met us along the way, so they may still understand what we are talking about. Okay. I don't know where I can choose. Okay, so okay, so let me put there. So how to what? How to confess your, sorry if the camera is shaking, how to confess your feelings to your crush. How to confess your feelings to your crush. No, answers will appear as chat messages. Okay, done. So done. Let me put it here. Oh, I think there is okay. So we can start the Q&A questions. So you can see if you're able to see the Q&A, the Q&A icon or what, a banner here that says how to confess your feelings to your crush. So it is a Q&A question and answer about that topic, you know. So just feel free. So let's kick off. I've taken so much time before we kick off. The first way on how to confess your feelings or your love to your crush is just be direct and simple. So being direct and simple under this point is you can just say, I really like you, or I have developed feelings for you. So don't beat around the bush. Just go straight to the point, you know, I like you. Don't be afraid of the answer. Don't be nervous of the answer that may be a backlash for you, you know, because it is a situation whereby you may feel embarrassed, you know. You may feel embarrassed if your crush says no, if maybe they gave you an answer that you are not expecting. But if you just don't beat around the bush, because most of the time your crush will also have a crush on you most of the time. So you may not be alone, you know. If you crush on someone, most of the time they may have crush on you. Yeah, so when you're trying to confess your feelings to her, just be straight and direct to the point. I've developed some feelings for you, or maybe I like you, and you know, and things will just move on. So if you don't agree with the point, I know some people may disagree with the point, but feel free to contradict with me. Feel free to have a chat, because it's the entire purpose of us having a live video. So point number 2, we have 10 points. Point number 2 is ask them on a specific date. So the point under here, it is say, I really like you and would love to take you on a date to maybe skating this Friday. You know, so that will help you also not to, that will at least remove some pressure on you when when you put a date on, when you incorporate so many things at the same time. So asking a date on a specific date, for example, I will really like to take you skydiving, or maybe skating on Friday. It may means a lot of things, and maybe you may get a chance to confess very, very clearly and well when you are on that moment, when you're on that date. And also that is kind of way of confessing your feelings, because you're saying, I like you, I really like you, I would like to take you on a date, on a specific date. So it is just direct and simple. And also it blocks the awkwardness that you may feel, because you've incorporated a day, maybe a Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then also an activity that you may want to also to do together. That is point number 2. Again, feel free to share your opinion on that point and tell me if you agree with the point. Point number 3 is use a light-hearted approach. So under this is, you may say, I think I might have a crush on you, which uh, um, which lowers the stakes but still communicates your feelings. So use light-hearted approach. Just also try to pretend like you're not aware. So try to pretend like also it is a feeling that you cannot control. So you can say, on the point here, on the example that I used here is, I think I might have developed some feelings for you, or I think I'm starting to like you. It is a light-hearted approach rather than a direct approach. So that will help you also to, it will also help you to reveal the pressure on your chest, and make the moments light, and make the moments, the situations, not to be more serious, like like it can maybe turns the situation to be awkward. So just use light-hearted approach. Just say that I think, I feel, I don't know what's going on, but I'm starting to feel this way. Light-hearted approach. That is point number 3. Until that point, I hope you have agreed on some, and maybe you have disagreed on some. Don't mind my banana. This is just for fashion purposes. Let's go to point number 4. Point number 4 is write a heartfelt letter or a note. This one may be old-fashioned, because we normally don't write letters, we normally don't write notes. But if you realize that your crush is living alone, and maybe you are around the neighborhood, you may just write a letter, like a mail, and then you go and put it on the door, or just push it under the door, on that little space, and then it enters the door, and then they find it. Leave your name there. But it is kind of old-fashioned. But if it's not old-fashioned for you, yeah, that is also a way of blocking embarrassment, blocking helping you to, blocking awkwardness, blocking weirdness. It just makes you to be in an easy way to confess your feelings, and also to pour your heart, to say everything that your heart feels to say, to write everything, not to fumble. Because when you are in one-on-one kind of situation, you may fumble some words, you may really don't know what to say. It may be hard for you to really confess your love in a way that it is understandable and a way that is acceptable. But if you write a note, a love letter, if you don't find it old-fashioned, that will help you to put everything that you need to put on that piece of paper and give it to your ex. Oh, not your ex. I'm confused because yesterday we talked about exes. So give it to your crush as a way of confessing your love. Let's go to point number 5. Point number 5 is use the friendship to more transition. Most of the time, your crush is your friend. most of the time. It is someone that you have shared moments with. It is someone that you normally spend your days with. So using the friend to more approach is like, the example there is like, I enjoy our friendship, but I will really like it to 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 move on to be something else, to make it a meaningful. Like, I really want to know you more. I will I will really enjoy if we get to know each other very well rather than just friendship relationship. So that is using the friendship advantage, to get to your crush, to confess your feelings easily. And then that is also the simplest way of relieving a pressure, revealing or relieving a pressure from you, because you're confessing your love to your crush through the friendship to more kind of approach. Yeah, that is if your crush is your friend, and you want your friendship to be more than just friendship. You can just use that to enter into a romantic relationship other than friendship. That is point number 5. Let's go to point number 6. Point number 6 is use texting for less pressure. Now this is what we tend now to use most of the time. So for those that are still joining, just say hi. I'll appreciate it. So this is what we tend to do most of the time by using text, because I said meeting one on one, it may be so hard. You may be under so much pressure, but using text now is the modern way compared to writing a note or writing a letter. So this now is the modern way. Just use a text, write everything, pour your heart on that text, pour your heart on making sure your confession, you've taken everything out of your chest, and then just put it on the text and send it to your crush. That is another way of approaching your crush without fumbling. Let's go to point number 6. Point number 7. That was point number 6. Point number 7 is give them a compliment focused on character. So under this, it may be, I really admire how passionate you are about an interest. So that is giving them a compliment focused on character. So the example was, I really admire how passionate you are about your craft. Maybe it is their hobby. Maybe it is something that they are so passionate about. Maybe it is how they normally approach things. So just be compliment focused. It will show that you show interest on them, and also it is a silent way of saying you like them, you love them, letting them know that you are interested in them by complimenting whatever they are so manifested into. So this kind of way of also, if you put yourself there, complimenting their progress, complimenting whatever they do, by just saying, I like it, I love it, I hope maybe you can show me, how to do them, how to approach them. That is another way of approaching a crush and making it to turn out into a romantic relationship. That is point number 7. Let's go to point number 8. Point number 8 is ask for their input. So under that is, you can say, I always have so much fun with you. What do you think about us? So that is asking their input. That is also a way of trying to know if they are also interested in you, or maybe if they are not. Try to find a common ground that both of you may land, a common ground that both of you may understand whatever that you may want to share that at that moment. Trying to find out if you have a common ground, anything that you share together. So that's it. Just ask for their input, to get their view. That is also direct and simple. Trying to see if you can move, maybe you're just friends, trying to see if you can move your friendship to another level. That is another way. Let's go to point number 9. Use shared interests. So again, all those points goes on and lie to this. So you can just say, I love talking to you, about movies. It made me realize I want to spend more time with you, maybe as more than just friends. Just use shared interests. For example, under this point was just saying that maybe you notice your crush love watching movies. They love to go to theaters. They love to do any kind of things that you think that you have in common. And then put yourself there. Try to hit it. Try to ride on it. Try to take advantage of it. Saying, enabling them knowing that you're also interested in whatever that they are interested. That is another way of approaching your crush, and not getting a no for an answer, or maybe not getting embarrassed by your crush. That's point number 9. For those that are still joining, please say hi. I'll appreciate, and let's also engage on our chat. I also want to hear your side about how you normally approach your crush. So we have already shared 9 points, so we are on the 10th point. And also you can see my Q&A here. Also share your point on how to confess your feelings to your crush. How do you normally confess your feelings to your crush? Point number 10 is the non-pressuring confession. So under this, you can say, I wanted to let you know I have feelings for you, but there is no pressure to say anything back if you aren't sure. Don't pressure them, just also enable them to digest that kind of moment, because most of us, we normally don't take in consideration. My English is bad. We normally don't take in consideration about what our exes. Sorry, I confuse exes and crush because we talked about exes yesterday. Normally, most of us don't take in consideration about what our crushes are thinking if we are going to confess our feelings to them. So take the pressure out of them, because also it may show that you are so responsible. You are a responsible person. You want also them to digest whatever that you're going to say, to give them a chance also to have a thought of their own about that kind of situation, and also it shows that you care. So just confess your feelings for your crush. I really like you, but I don't know how you're going to take it. But don't be pressured. Just take your time, figure it out, and give me your answer. That is just a way, is a nice way, is a kind way of getting a yes from your crush. And those are the 10 points, 10 ways on how to approach your crush. And I would really like to hear from your side. I would really like to hear the kind of points that you agree with, some of which you disagree with, and some of which that you may want to add on to, or you may want to remove something from. But the takeaway here, according to me, personally, is just don't be afraid from confessing your feelings, and just be direct and simple. Just share your feelings. If you are not afraid, and if you become direct with whatever that you want to say to your crush, that will block you from embarrassment, it will block you from awkwardness, from being weird, and it will enable you to move on, or maybe enable you to get a yes from your crush. That's it for today. That's all for today's video. For those that are still watching, please, thank you so much for watching. I would like also to hear from you, from your side about the topic of today, about crushes. Thank you for those that are still joining, but the live has ended. But feel free to subscribe, so that you do not miss the next live, the next time we are going live again, which might be tomorrow. And again, tomorrow we may be having interesting topic about relationship. But also, I would like to know, according to you, or maybe from your side, if you really enjoy these romantic relationship topics, or maybe there is a way that I can focus more to incorporate with these romantic relationship topics, and it can be maybe engaging to you, or maybe enjoyable to you, because the purpose of being live is to have a chat with you all, and just to have a good time, to know more from you guys, to know more from me, you know, to find solutions to the kind of problems that we normally go through as young people who are on their early 20s, most of us, because I'm also in my early 20s. I'm not an expert on this topic. I just do research, and I come to present them to you, to see the kind of reaction that also young people out there are having, you know. And I hope all of you enjoyed the topics. But I will try also to put some, I will try also to try some other niches, some other topics on this YouTube channel, and also to try to, but they will, most of them, they will lie, or they will be around people who are on the early 20s. You see? You understand? You get me? Yeah. So I really appreciate for those that joined, for those that engaged, for those that find the topic interesting, for those that are going to watch later, maybe it is not live. I would also like to hear from you, and please subscribe if you missed, because you don't want to miss the next time when we go live. And that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. This is the 19th. Is it the 19th or 18th live of this YouTube channel since I started going live on my YouTube channel? And so far so good. Everything has been awesome. Everything has been amazing, and appreciate seeing you, all of you, every time I'm going live. We are from different places, we share different opinions, and I will really like to hear from you guys. So this Q&A question or banner here, it normally disappears when I upload the video. So for those that have not watched the video live, maybe you're watching it right now, which is not live, you will not see the Q&A here. So the Q&A says how to confess your feelings to your crush. Share how do you confess your feelings to your crush, if you've ever had a crush. And maybe if you are below 18 years old, crushes doesn't depend on how old you are. I've seen so many people, and I've also have experienced having a crush when you're so young, when maybe you are 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And it's not something bad. It is cool to have a crush, because it shows you have feelings. It shows you are straight, you know, and it really gets you ready on your romantic kinda relationship, you know. Yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next live video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share, so that you do not miss the next time we are going live. Bye.